Good morning. Today is Monday, the 11th of March, 2013. Here are the headlines that are worth talking about today. Over the weekend, the PRD political party had their primary elections, getting ready for the national general elections, which are going to be held in 2014, May. As predicted, Juan Carlos Navarro was elected as their presidential candidate to go for those elections. So he is the first to be officially blessed by his party. The numbers were kind of unimpressive. They had 34% turnout of all of their eligible voters, and of those, he got 94%. So it was just a validation of what everybody already knew, that he didn't really have a challenger, and this was just more of a formality of going through the process, and that's why the turnout was 34%. I mean, there wasn't really any kind of a contest. It was just fill in the square, Navarro's getting nominated, and that's that. Now, in another couple of weeks, the Panamanista party is going to do pretty much the same thing with Varela. He doesn't have any challengers either, and he'll also be validated as the Panamanista candidate for that party. And the only real battle is in the Cambio Democrático party. Speaking of that, my next article is in the Panama America, and it's Rómulo Rox, one of the 10 candidates who are running for the Cambio Democrático party, and he comes out with a story here saying that he doesn't think that public funds should be used for campaigning for political campaigns. Well, there's a methodology there that the candidates that do get sanctioned do receive a certain amount of basically matching funds, that kind of a thing, to do their publicity campaigning and to put spots on TV and on radio and whatever. They all get the same amount of money, so, well, whatever. What matters is that Rómulo Rox is having an effective campaign of getting in the newspaper every day. Now, their primary is going to be held in May, so he's got a couple of months to run, and I mean, he's already got good name recognition because he was a minister during the entire Martinelli administration, and it's going to come down to just basically him and Arias. So between the two of them, one of them is going to get it. I think it's going to be Rómulo Rox. He's doing whatever for lots of reasons. I believe he will eventually be the CD candidate. Okay. Over the weekend, the Indians, the Nagle Bugle Indians up in the area of Vigui, have been protesting against the Barro Blanco hydroelectric facility, which is being built up there. They started, I think, like last Friday, I think it was, and they came down and they blocked the road, and the cops showed up and they kicked them off the road, and then they went off the road a little bit, and then they started coming back down, so the cops arrested a bunch of them. And then they were like, well, we're just going to have a passive demonstration right here next to the road. Well, no, you're not. So they pushed them off the road again. And they're just basically, the cop strategy is, go ahead and protest, but we're going to keep the highway open. However, in the last couple of days, the Indians have successfully closed the highway in that area a couple of times. Don't sweat the details so much that they're demanding the cancellation of this Barro Blanco hydroelectric plant, which probably is not going to occur, but they're just going to continue to raise as much hell as they possibly can between now and then. So, anyway, that's going on. Just be aware of the possibility of, there's a slight possibility that the road going up towards Chiriquí might end up getting blocked by these knuckleheads. Okay, there was a home invasion robbery in the area of Cerro Azul, in the district of the 24 de Diciembre, out past Tucumán Airport. It doesn't say if the victims were foreigners. I don't know. They might have been. But it was breaking the house. They were dressed in camouflage clothing, go in the house, tied the people up. They were armed with pistols and knives, and they took stuff from the house. So it's another home invasion robbery kind of a thing. Now, there's a couple of more things here having to do with just traffic accidents and crime and violence and drug trafficking and stuff like that. There's a vehicle on the highway between Arijan and La Chorrera. The truck driver lost control. The truck slams into the dividing medians there, and burst into flames, caught fire. So luckily the truck driver was able to get the hell out of there, but the truck went up in smoke. So that kind of stuff happens. They busted here on TVN. They busted over in Cologne in a 4x4 truck. 3 people were arrested. 100 kilos of cocaine. So there's another drug bust. I mean, they're one right after the other. Lots of drug busts have been happening here in the last seems like there's been one every day. And down here, 100 kilos is like nothing, just routine drug bust. But it's anywhere else that would be a big score. Now here was one in El Coco in La Chorrera. This family woke up and their house was on fire. So shit, they get out of bed and they trying to get the hell out of there, and they're going to try to put it out, and da-da-da. Turns out that this woman was in an argument with her ex-husband, and they suspect that he might have poured like gas or some other flammable liquid into the house and lit it on fire. Nice guy, huh? Anyway, that's being investigated. There was also a fire in Curundú, in the neighborhood of Curundú in Panama City. One of the big barracks buildings, one of the older cement apartment buildings, it caught on fire, and 20 families were left homeless because of that fire. And then finally, I blew through this today, must be a Monday, the government of Panama, the Attorney General, signed a pact or an agreement with her counterpart from El Salvador to exchange information, cooperate on justice and fighting crime and organized crime and gangs and drugs and stuff like that. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm out early today, Monday morning, the 11th of March, 2013. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day.